From the hardwood floors to the rafters packed. Welcome to the show. This is Basket the Basket, where the crowd gets loud and the takes get drastic. Breaking down every play, every stat, no plastic. Yo. We talk legends, rookies, dynasties built. From the drive to the dish to the splash, from the tilt. From the opening tip to the closing act. We got the insight you need, straight fact, no cap. From the garden to the bay, where the nets stay snapping. To the shy, where the sky and the vibes stay cracking.
Bus. Done that one in a while for Moolage. What's up, fellas? I guess Mel excited to be here.
My bad.
Talk about James Harden.
What's good though? What's good?
Oh man, it's been a long weekend. Been sick, feeling better. Not over it, but feeling better.
Goddamn Tuesday. I just missed one Tuesday.
You said what?
I missed one Tuesday.
I ain't say nothing about you missing anything.
You said I'm here like I wasn't gonna be here.
No, you put the clap in. I said so I guess Mel's excited to talk about James Harden.
No, I always put the clap in after you do the.
But I was playing off of it like you were excited to talk about James Harden.
Are you excited to talk about?
Oh hell yeah! I can't have no whiskey because I got to drive and get my girl after this. But this is water in this cup, but we're gonna say it's whiskey, okay? I'm gonna sip on it like it's whiskey just for you guys. But yeah, today's gonna be a special one. Shit. I don't even think we need a timestamp for this shit. But let me take my timestamps anyway. But how you fellas doing?
I am great.
It's been an eventful weekend.
I know it was the Super Bowl, but Bad Bunny taking a shot at LeBron was not on my bingo card, but thank you.
I saw you post that on Facebook. Is that something we got in store for Thursday?
Oh yeah, I'm bringing it up Thursday.
Okay, I knew we were. But today we're gonna talk about this James Harden legacy because James Harden requested a trade again, and he got it again. And oh man, how many trades is that? Let's see how many trades is that. So James Harden has never been a free agent. I just want y'all to know that. So when we're talking about his legacy, we're talking about James Harden's legacy.
It's all the same bullshit. I know what you're trying to do, but it's all the same bullshit.
He has never finished his contract obligation to a team. I don't know what you think I'm trying to do. I'm pointing out the facts. This man has never finished his contract that he signed obligated to the team. He's always asked for a trade. Starting with OKC, he goes to Houston. Then from Houston, he goes to the Nets. Barely plays 2 years. It says 2 years, but it wasn't 2 years. From the Nets, he goes to Philly. They say 2 years. It wasn't 2 years, but I guess the time frame is 2 years. Then he went to the Clippers, and most recently, he traded to the Cavs. Goddamn. That's what, five trades?
This is the era that we talked about it, and this is what they do in this era of the NBA. I mean, we're more shocked that guys don't move than guys that do move.
I mean, I'm still a guy that want, guys to finish and play for the team that drafted them more so than seeing a guy leave. I mean, I know one of the guys in the headlines right now, I don't want to get too deep into it, but it's Cade Cunningham. Look at everything Cade has been through with the Pistons. Never complains, never puts his teammates down, never bashes his teammates, never bashes the organization. He just grinds out, and then look at the team now. They're relevant again. We don't get that, to Mel's point, that often. Stephen Curry, I think, is one of the only players that's still on the team that he got drafted on. Giannis, Joker.
I mean, but that's, it's the league is follow the leader, and the leader started. And I'm not going to say his name. We know who we're talking about.
James Harden is the leader, man.
No.
This has never been done. You can't tell me nobody else has done it. LeBron, no. I know you're saying LeBron, but LeBron has finished his contract.
It doesn't matter how you do it. It's still the same process.
He has finished his obligation to the team. That matters to me.
It does not matter. I mean, it can matter to you. It don't matter to me. Because
it matters when we're talking legacy.
No, it don't.
Yes, it does.
Why does it matter?
Because you're telling me in the sense of moving from team to team, just that aspect. James Harden and LeBron is the same?
Yes.
No, not in my opinion. No. On the same boat, yes. Same person, no, because LeBron more so than every time has finished his obligation before moving, right? If he signs a 4-year deal, no matter what the team goes through in 4 years, LeBron finishes that 4 years with him and then bounces. James doesn't get through his 4 years.
But because one person checks out physically and another person checks out mentally, still checked out.
I mean, I don't know if LeBron. I don't know how that analogy fits. If LeBron is finishing his contract and is he checking out mentally?
D Wade said himself he knew before the third season. He said LeBron is out of here. Whether he finished that shit out or not, D Wade said himself he checked.
Okay, that could be true. D Wade said LeBron's done. He's not coming back as a Heat. But the man finished his contract, his obligation to the Heat.
But mentally checking out and physically checking out is checking out. It's the same shit to me.
Right, I can agree in that sense, but I don't think I don't know if I agree that Bron mentally checked out. He finished his obligation, and besides the first stint with Cleveland,
his body was there, but his mind wasn't.
Besides the first stint with Cleveland, I think every time he has left the team, they have not come from the finals or Eastern Conference finals. So when he left the Heat,
what does that mean with being checked out or not?
I mean, he gave it his all still. So I'm not agreeing with the checking it out. Whether his performance showed it or not, this is about James Harden, not LeBron James.
No, I'm just saying.
Performance showed it or not, he still was there. He still was for a team. James Harden has never done that, and I think that's totally different. We gotta hold James to a different standard.
His body
he signs contracts and doesn't finish them.
Look, it's all the same shit to me.
Not to me. I give them a little bit. I know, and I said this before. KD leaving to go to Golden State. He finished his obligation with OKC. LeBron leaving to go to the Heat. He finished his obligation to Cleveland. So as much as people are mad that they made those moves, I've said this time and time, I give them a little bit more respect in that regard because they didn't just be like, all right, you gave me this money, I'll take it elsewhere. Like, that's my problem with players today, like James Harden. You get the money from a team, you sign that contract, but it's like, all right, I can take this money elsewhere. I can go here and they can pay me that contract. And so that's what I don't like. I think that's
what's worse. A nigga opting into the last year of his deal just to get the money, even though he know he doesn't want to be there because he know he's not going to get that money to the next team that he goes to, or the nigga that just says, you know what, fuck it, I'm out. I'm out. I don't care about the money that you're trying to get me.
I'm out. The nigga that says fuck it, I'm out.
Do you think that's worse?
Because if you can't show me the other guy not doing what he needs for the team to get to where they were, right, to where they ended, right? He's the best player. He's got to do something to get there. So as mentally checked out as he was still him, right? He was still who he was getting to the finals. He just lost it, right? So to say that's worse than James, like, all right, fuck it, I'm out. I don't care if we make the finals or not. I'm out of here. I don't care where you end up. I don't care where the season. I'm out of here. I think that's worse because
James Harden took the team where he normally takes them niggas to the second round of the playoffs or the first round. That's what
the next team that he went to, not the team that he was on.
He gonna take them niggas to the playoffs too.
No, he didn't though. He didn't finish the obligation, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if you finish your obligation, you had a 5-year contract, you finish your 5-year, and then you like, I'm out. I'm good with that. We just talked about this not too long ago, right, Moo? That niggas sit here and sign 5 years, do 2 to 3, and then like, I'm out, knowing that they don't want to be there. And I said it then. Yes, that is a problem. Don't sign the 5 years if you don't want to be there 5 years. Those owners respect because owners is the ones that have to give up the contracts.
I said, do the coaches respect the players?
In what regards?
Can they cut them niggas?
That's why I said the owners, because the owners have to give up those contracts.
No, the owner gives it out, but the coach has the power to release that player.
The coach has to go to the owners, and they have to be willing to.
You're playing semantics. You know what the fuck I'm saying? If the coach goes to the owner and says, "I don't want him no more,"
yes, most likely you're going because the ownership is going to please. But see, you can say that, right? And I will counter, hey, that's business. Business has always been that way.
Business works on both sides. Business
does work on both sides. But I've seen Cleveland hold, I've seen Houston not try to give up his contract, wanted him to finish there. I've seen Brooklyn wanted him to finish there. I've seen Philly wanted him to finish his contract there. I've seen the Clippers wanted him to finish his contract there, and he has never finished his contract. That's different from saying, hey, I don't want to finish this contract, but I'm going to finish it. This guy has never once fulfilled an obligation that he signed to a team. Not once. Not once. On all 5 teams he's been on, he is not once. So to me, that hurts his legacy a little bit more than it would for a guy like KD that was a free agent and went with wherever the fuck he wanted. For you to go to an organization and be like, trade me 7 times in a 13-year span or whatever 15-year span, then yeah, that kind of takes a notch off that legacy for me.
So you like high top Nikes instead of low top Nikes?
I'm more of a high top
myself.
The same fucking shoe, but you just like the high tops.
No, I just like the person that does it the right way. Yes.
So you just like it's the same shit. You just like the high top.
Like the person who does it the right way. I've been saying this for years.
It's not the right way. The right way is whatever
the
way.
The right way is to sign your contract, finish your contract. See, but my problem is did James Harden not sign extensions with the Houston Rockets? Now you can say mentally checked out, right? So we could say James mentally checked out too, but he still signed that motherfucking extension, so he made sure he guaranteed his money and then was out 2 years later. Mm-hmm. That's the problem I have. That's don't sign then go somewhere else and sign whatever you can sign over there. Don't sign here.
Like he should just sign 2-year contracts.
What you say, Moo?
I feel like he should just sign 2-year contracts.
That's what I was saying last time we had this conversation, right, Moo? If you're gonna be with the team for 2 years, then take the 2-year max or whatever you can get for 2 years, right? And then reevaluate your situation. Instead, players like James Harden, right? He's the forefront of it. To me, it's not LeBron, it's not KD, it's James Harden. Because you cannot name another player right now that's a superstar that acts out of his contract more than James Harden has. You cannot name me another superstar that's acts out of contracts the way James Harden has.
Nigga, it's all the same shit to me. So you waiting for an answer? It's all the same.
It's not though. It's not though.
It's all the same.
Your obligation and what you do in the league is your reputation. James Harden's reputation is, hey, I'll stay here for a little bit, get my motherfucking supermax, and I'm out. That's his history shows it.
Literally LeBron James's resume.
LeBron history will show he gets his contract, finishes his obligation, then moves on.
Now you're changing words. What did you just say?
What word did I change?
About James Harden. What did you say about James Harden?
What did I say?
What did you say?
Refresh my memory. What did I say?
No, them your words. Legacy. That's going insane.
Don't choke now, nigga.
Refresh my memory. I told you I'm not fully not being sick.
Now, nigga.
But what did I say? Because now I'm a little.
What did I say? Say exactly what you said.
James Harden didn't finish his obligation. I don't remember what I said. I don't remember what I said. What did I say?
Moolish, no, it's all right.
Moolish left. It's just me and you. What did I say?
I got a kid obligation. Give me about 5 minutes. Hold on, not even 5 minutes. 2 seconds. Hold on, I'll be right back.
What did I say, Mel? I said that James Harden never once finished his obligation to a team. LeBron has.
That's not what you said.
What did I say? Just tell me what I said. I don't fucking remember the words I used, man. What did I say?
That's okay.
No, I want to know what I said. Just tell me what I said. Just tell me what I said.
I'm gonna clip
it. All right, hold on. I got you. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
No, I'm watching it right now on YouTube. Hold on. Hey, I want to finish this contract, but this guy never once fulfilled the obligation that he signed.
I just want to have everybody.
Yeah, he never once fulfilled the obligation he signed to a team. Was it after that? To me, that hurts his legacy.
Sorry, I'm back. I just got guidelines that I'm trying to.
If you're going to be with the team for 2 years,
my son is
be there for 2 years.
There's a lot going on. But shout out to everybody listening to Hot and
Players like James Harden. He's the front of it. You cannot name another superstar that has axed out his contract more than James Harden.
Yep.
You're not going to give me an answer, so hold on. I'm getting there. Hold on. Playback is right here. Hold on. What else did I say?
We're watching film on live analysis right now, guys.
I'm literally watching myself back right now. Your obligation is what you do in the league. It's your reputation. James Harden's reputation is, hey, I'll stay here for a little bit, get my motherfucking Supermax. Is that what you're talking about? I said James Harden, I'll stay here for a little bit, get my Supermax, and then take my shit with me and bounce?
Yes.
LeBron has never taken his Supermax with him and bounced.
No, he
LeBron
got
has never taken. He got his Supermax from the Cavs, finished the Supermax contract out, went
and bounced.
James
Bounced.
Finished it out. That means he played. They paid him to play. His contract was up. He was not obligated to play for them no more. James Harden, on the other hand, got the same contract that LeBron got, that LeBron finished, took that shit. It was like, all right, now that I got my shit, I want out. I want to go elsewhere with the contract, right? I'm taking the contract and I'm going to go elsewhere with it. That's not the same thing to me. He got his Supermax from a team. He didn't finish his obligation with that team. He left with the Supermax that he got from the team that he's supposed to finish his obligation on. LeBron didn't do that.
I feel like LeBron is not, and you know how much we dislike LeBron over here, but I feel like LeBron has a case to do that because at least he wins when he comes to the team.
He goes to the finals and then leaves. It's not like the team was 16 and 72, and he was like, I'm out of here. He didn't put a fat suit on.
Now we're just adding amendments to it. We're just gonna.
He didn't put a fat suit on. James Harden put a fat suit on to get out of his obligation. To get out of his obligation that he signed. His John Hancock was on that paper for the dollar sign. But he wanted those dollar signs to come with him, but he wanted to go to another city. And this is what I'm saying. For if I'm the NBA, I'm looking at a guy like James Harden. And I'm saying to myself,
LeBron didn't sit out the first 16 games of the season because he wanted a new contract.
This season he had the shit in his back. Sciatica. He had the sciatica in his back. Listen, fake injuries or not, I don't know if it's a different contract or the differences that him and Jeannie Buss had, or them wanting to trade him not wanting to be traded. Whatever you want to say it is, right? Whatever you want to say it is. But what I'm saying is, for fulfilling your obligation to a team, that means if I got 5 years, I've been there for 5 years, y'all gave me the money, I took the money, I gave you 5 years, I'm out of here. It's different from you gave me 5 years, I did 2.5, and I trade my ass. That's different.
Can the coach do the exact same thing?
If you're not fulfilling your obligation for the team, hell yeah, I can get you the fuck up out of here.
So what's the difference?
The difference is that the team was fulfilling their obligation to James Harden.
How you know?
Because they all the players that
because he said Daryl Morey lied to him.
You can say Daryl Morey lied to him all you want, but before the year that he wanted to leave, Houston not fulfilling their end of the bargain, putting teams together for him to win with, going to get the Dwight Howard on his request, going to get CP3 on his request. That's a part of his legacy too, playing with players and not winning. And I know where ACL or hamstring, whatever the fuck it was with CP3, away from them, maybe beating the Warriors and maybe it's having a different conversation because James has one chip, who knows? But what I'm saying is to me, from what I looked at, Houston went out and got him pieces. After the Jeremy Lin didn't work, went out and got him pieces to try to help him win a championship. And then what did he do? He left because Daryl Morey said he was going to give him a Supermax and he didn't want to give it to him. That tells me that he was there for the money. I'm here for the money. I just want to be paid when, nigga, I want to win championships. They're different. And that's a mark on his legacy too, is that the nigga don't want to really win. He just want money.
90% of these niggas in the league only want money.
I don't know if I agree with 90%. Maybe 75. Maybe 75 does it just for money. I think there's a couple of guys that we can name that are in the NBA because they want their names to be within the greats of the greats. They do this because they want to be something. The money comes along with it, yes. Money is perfect. I'm not telling James not to go get his money. But what I'm saying is you go out there, you finish your obligation. Don't take the second extension, right? But for him, he needed to stroke his ego enough to be like, all right, I'm this good. I deserve this money. But then he took that money and ran with it. I just don't, to me, that knocks his legacy for me. Because your legacy is what you do in the league. And if I have a superstar or a star, whatever you want to put him, that does not stay on the team, that continuously request this trade from every team he was on. That has to have some type of stain on his legacy.
What is his legacy? Where do you put James Harden?
That's what the conversation is about. Because I mean, he's played for 5 different teams. I have the numbers here. I mean, I don't know if you want to count OKC. 3 years, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. He only started 7 games for him in his 3 years. I don't know if you want to count OKC.
That's the team he got drafted to.
You know, I don't know if you want to count OKC, but then he goes to Houston, 8.5 years. I put 8.5, 29.3 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists, and then what is it? 629 games he started. I was doing something on my phone because so I wanted to see how many games he missed over the course of being with Houston. I'll do that a little later when you and Moo take over the conversation. The Brooklyn Nets, he played 1.5 years, 2 years, whatever they want to call it. 23.4, 8 points, 10.5 assists, 79 games he started. In Philly, 2 years, 21 points, 6 rebounds, 10 assists, 79 games he started. Clippers, 3 years, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 8.5 assists, and 197 games started. Now, that's not saying the games he missed. I would have loved to have I should have did it earlier and calculated all the games that he missed in his
In Houston, he missed 3 games his first year, 8 games his second year, 1 game his third year.
No games the next year, 1 game the next.
Yeah.
10.
So the nigga played, he played pretty much every fucking
game. He played in Houston, yeah, 100%. But then if you get towards the end of Houston, 68 games, then goes to 44, 8 for Houston, 36 for Brooklyn, then 44 for Brooklyn, 21 for Philly, 58 for Philly, and then he came back.
You gotta understand, all of that is one. If you add all of that,
that's why I broke it down. That's why I broke it down.
41 he played the whole season. If you
61, 65 games, that's not the whole season. 58 games.
That's you got in 2021, 2022.
He played 65 games.
Okay. I see how they did it. Okay.
He played 65 games, and then he played 58 games. And for the Clippers, he's been solid with 72, 79. But then he played 46 this year so far, 44 for the Clips, 2 for the Cleveland. I'm not saying that he's been relatively, but
that's the middle of the season.
Yes. His hurtness or his injuriness came really with Brooklyn towards the end of Houston into Brooklyn. He's got a little bit more healthy now, but he still misses games when they need him. I know he's been carrying the Clippers because Kawhi, but if you got Kawhi out, you can't have James out. You got to force one of them to play.
Yeah, I mean, he's been on the court. Ain't like
he has, but and he's produced in the regular season, but in the playoffs, he just comes up short. And I think that how much does that affect his legacy?
Well, then that depends on who you want to compare him to and how you want to look at it.
Let's just look at him for him and what he did.
And on top, and then it's like, where do you put James Harden as like? Is he a top 5 player, top 10 player, top 15 player?
All time, like through all the players, he's shit. You know, I don't rank active, but if I had to say in a ballpark what he would be for me, maybe 30-ish.
So then you don't have high expectations for him, no way.
But that's just because he doesn't have a championship, right? He has an MVP. So I think that you got to count that as 3-time scoring champ, 2 assist champ, and just 11-time All-Star. But James, all right, hold on. 3-time scoring champ, 2-time assist champ, 8 times All-NBA, 6 Man of the Year, MVP, and then he's on the NBA 75, right? So we got to kind of give him some type of respect. He did transcend or transform the shooting guard position, I guess you could say. I don't know if you would say that.
I mean, no.
Somewhat with the step back, the double step back move.
I mean, he took advantage of the rules 100%.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're grabbing the arm, tucking the arm in when he's driving. He's averaged 24 in his career, 7 assists, 5 rebounds. Yeah, I mean, maybe 25-ish, 30-ish. I don't know. This is where names have to come into place. But I'm just looking at what he's done, what he's been to the Western Conference Finals.
You've never been to the Western Conference?
No. He's only been to the.
Nope.
Didn't he? Yes, he
hasn't been to the East Conference Finals either.
Didn't he go the year that Chris Paul got hurt?
They lost to the Warriors.
Lost the Western Conference Finals to the Warriors.
No, lost in the second round because the Warriors went to play the Blazers after that.
2015, they beat Dallas in the first round. They beat the Clippers in the second round, and they lost to the Warriors in the Western Conference Finals 4-1. The next season, they lost in the first round, which was 15-16. And then they lost in the second round.
Because 15. I wasn't paying attention to them niggas like that.
And then when Chris Paul was there in 17-18, they lost in the Western Conference Finals 3-4 to Golden State, because that was when they was up 3-1.
I thought that was in the second round.
Nope. So he's actually been twice on the Rockets from my quick gander here. So he's been to the Western Conference Finals. So he has some legacy in the league, but legacies is always heightened by championships, right? It's MVP. You might could say, it's heightened a little bit because of that. He's a 3-time scoring champ, assist champ. You know, he has accolades to support that. He had a good 16 year career. Should have won MVP. KD won it. You could argue that because he was going off in Houston. He was putting up some crazy, 30-point double-doubles, if I'm not mistaken. How many triple-doubles does James have? Um,
82 total.
82.
No, I'm lying. Yeah, 82.
James Harden is one of the player scores a record of 403 career double-doubles. And how many you said triple-doubles?
82.
82 triple-doubles. And that's mostly in Houston, no?
He had 22 of them bitches in 2016, 2017.
That was in Houston. No.
Yeah. And then again, the last year in Houston, he had 12. 12 in Brooklyn in 2021. Yeah. I mean, those are 2 years. Those are the 3 years he had double-digit triple-doubles in the season.
So, I mean, he has 4 in the playoffs. He's recorded a 60, 10, and 11 triple-double. So, I mean, there's some respect you got to put on his name. I would put him more in like the Carmelo Anthony-ish kind of level-ish for me. I don't know if that's what you guys will put him. If we're looking,
I mean,
but see, then Carmelo,
he's slightly above Tracy. No, I'm not gonna say slightly above Tracy McGrady.
Hey, Melo got more of a legacy than Harden, though.
I would agree to that. That's what I'm saying. Like, I could put him above Carmelo.
Most people would because of the MVP. Because he's got the MVP and he's got the
That's the scoring titles, right?
And he's got the 6-man. Like,
he's got the 6-man. He's got 3 scoring titles, 2 assist champs, and 8-time All NBA.
And an MVP. So, I mean, I can probably see why somebody would put him over Melo if that's the case.
I mean, because I would always break this down to just the simplest term is like, if someone asked you whose NBA career would you rather have, Carmelo's or James Harden?
I mean, just because I'll be a part of League Sanity, I'll have Carmelo's.
Like that's how I try to break it down when guys are kind of close. Just real simple. Like, who would you rather be, Melo or James Harden?
That's tough because the Olympics matter in this case because it's basketball.
Yeah, like basketball wise, me personally, I'm gonna go Melo.
So does it matter where you finish in MVP voting in your legacy? Like, does that count? Like, if I finish top 5 7 times, would that matter?
If that's what you want to count it at, if that's what you want to do. I mean, everybody's criteria is going to be completely different.
I feel like it can. It's just it depends on how much you really.
Why you say that, T3?
Also, it depends on just who exactly you lost the award to.
Yeah, I mean, people are going to look at James Harden's career. They're going to be like, well, he's got the 6th man. He's got the MVP. So they're going to be like, he's had the better career. But I don't think the league talks about Harden the same way that fans would. It's kind of like, it's like Paul Pierce. If you talk to NBA players, them niggas will tell you Paul Pierce is that nigga. But if you talk to fans, they're not going to have the same.
I agree with you. Yeah.
Reverence for Paul Pierce as players do.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're going to look at, oh, well, he never really averaged that many points, and they're going to tell you what he didn't do instead of the shit that he did do.
Did do, right? Because I'm looking at James is finished. He has, what was it? 8 All NBAs.
Mm-hmm.
6 of them are first team.
Yeah. But this is where it gets dicey for me. Only because with them going positionless basketball, a lot of those years he probably doesn't make it if they do it by position. Because it's the same thing when I say with LeBron, like some of his first team All NBAs, he doesn't really get if they do it by position, because there were years where Kevin Durant and Kawhi Leonard were better than him. But because they did positionless, he made it because of that. Because you can have KD, Kawhi, and LeBron all on the first team All NBA team. Even though they all played
the best player on that Olympic team?
Which one?
I mean, T3 saying people act like Carmelo was the best player on those Olympic teams.
I mean, except for one, I think.
He said, what other NBA players Olympics do we talk about except Carmelo's, because he never won MVP, one scoring title, only had one deep playoff run in 19 years.
Well, I mean.
Well, considering it's because it's a basketball conversation, and it's not just that. Normally when we have basketball conversations, it doesn't just pertain to the NBA, it also pertains to what they do in the Olympics. So that's the reason why a lot of people bring up Carmelo's Olympics accomplishments per se.
But the thing about it is, you can't on one hand say LeBron played tough competition and never bring up Carmelo, because before the Spurs and all them teams was whooping on LeBron, Melo had to face them niggas in the Western Conference.
In the West, yeah.
Like you still gotta add that part into it. Like if Melo he was losing to the Spurs, he was losing to the Lakers. Like those were the dynasties that y'all say that LeBron had to struggle with. Melo was fighting them niggas in the Western Conference. He just wasn't fighting them in the finals.
He said, "Okay, answer that. What other NBA player do we bring up their Olympic accolades?" I could say KD was just recently talked about.
They just brought up KD's because Melo's the most decorated Olympian that we have. Like it is what it is. Like it's basketball. Like one thing about basketball is that they just talk basketball. It's not like the NFL where they only talk about the NFL. Like the NFL is the NFL. When we talk to NBA, they group all of their basketball into one thing. So the Olympics counts. No, you personally don't have to do that, but that's what they do. So, but it is what it is. It's part of that's part of his legacy. I
do think it's a close race. I mean, Carmelo and James Harden, I definitely think their careers are a lot similar. I think James can notch him in some people's list because of the MVP, but I think Carmelo definitely played. I don't know if Carmelo, Kobe, Tim, Dirk, LeBron, Shaq was still there. Wade was there. Like, these are all candidates to win MVP. Steve Nash won 2 of them. So you got to throw him in there.
You're asking me, Melo got robbed of his, or the one time, not saying the one time, but the time that he should have had it, because that Knick team went nuts when they won, was it 56 games, and they had the I think they was like the 2 seed in the East, and they lost to the Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals. Like, that Knick team, and Melo averaged, I think he led the league in scoring that year. He had career highs in rebounds and assists, and that was the year everybody was like, that nigga was playing defense that year. That Olympic talk only matters like for like the Basketball Hall of Fame. I mean, we're talking about legacy though. That's part of that's
your legacy is what matters when you're thinking about Hall of Fame. That has James Harden, T3 to you has he had a Hall of Fame career?
That I mean, he's going to get in. I mean, the NBA Hall of Fame is so.
What about hours? Does he get into hours? That would be a question I would like to answer. Would James Harden get into the from the sideline Hall of Fame? Because we haven't added a new name in a while.
You know what? Next week, matter of fact, the All-Star game is next week, right?
Yeah,
this week. Next week.
Next week, I believe.
All right, we'll do it next week. Next week's show.
James Harden, safe or out, and we could run a couple. We could do a couple safe outs because they can be real quick. It's just overlooking their career and saying, "Well, we put them in the Hall of Fame." I don't know. I think James this weekend.
See, I think the numbers.
So they'll have a couple of days off though after, right? So by Tuesday, we could do it next Tuesday. Yeah, we'll do it next
Tuesday. Yeah, I mean, numbers wise, James Harden will get in. But if you're going to look at the things that he did not do in the playoffs,
we look at everything.
That'll probably be a knock, because you can say like Melo didn't win, but you can't say Melo choked in the playoffs. James Harden choked.
Yes, it's been a while since we did a safe out. I always like go and look back at them. I do think it is going to be hard when we do them, because when we look at back on the history of some people that we do have in the Hall of Fame, like Dennis Rodman, Mel, you wasn't here for that, but Dennis Rodman got voted in, and for us not to vote a guy like James Harden in, that would be a little bit crazy.
But you're talking about Dennis Rodman, who, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year? 2-time? 3-time?
Dennis.
Like 5-time champ?
2-time, 5-time champ, 8-time All Defense.
And he was like an integral part of every championship team that he was on. It wasn't like he was just there.
Yeah, well, if that's the case, we might be looking at people using the accolades narrative just to get him in the Hall of Fame more than his playoff failures.
Melo was not bad in the playoffs, though.
I don't know what you're talking about. No, T3 said that. But Joe Johnson didn't get in.
See, because Joe was the type of nigga that if he got in, you're not mad, but if he don't, you understand why he didn't.
And that one came down to a chats vote. That's when we had a chat. That came down to a chats vote. So T3, be here when we do it Tuesday, because we might need you guys.
Yeah, because I like Joe Johnson. We like Joe Johnson.
The sad thing is we did Joe Johnson twice with two different crews.
To get Joe Johnson. Niggas really trying to get
with two different crews, and he got voted out both times. We did Elton Brand, Lou Will. They both got voted out. Reggie got voted in. Stephon Marbury got voted out. J.R. Smith got voted out.
Oh, that's easy. J.R. Smith should definitely. There's no way in hell.
Mark Aguirre got voted safe.
Mark Aguirre was, I was about to say Mark Aguirre. If you don't know about Mark Aguirre, it's kind of tough.
But see, then it's again, Andrew Iguodala got voted safe. How will we justify not putting James in and Iggy got in? That's hard. That's hard. That is hard.
Iggy I can make a case for Iggy.
And I voted Iggy out. My vote, because I wrote the names. I wrote the names of who voted.
Yeah, I think there's a solid case for Iggy, though.
And me and Boo, I voted him out. So
what year was that? Just so
well, Joe Johnson didn't get in. We didn't do DeMar yet. So that'd be something to look forward to. Because we're going to get back into more Hall of Fame talk and seeing who believes in. Because especially because we got you guys in the chat now that we can actually have the feedback when we're talking about these guys going into Hall of Fame, like you're doing now, T3. But DeMar is definitely on the list. But Iguodala got in. Antoine Jameson didn't get in.
Yep.
Chris Webber got in.
I don't know. A nigga averaging 38 and 4 is not choking in the playoffs. I don't know.
Who?
Melo.
Yeah.
27, 6, and 5. That's not.
Iverson still averaged 28 points. Melo in Denver.
Hold on. Well,
Kevin Johnson got voted in. Rondo got voted in.
Not by me. I didn't vote Kevin Johnson. I wasn't.
You wasn't on
Kevin.
That
he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
You wasn't on that one. Kevin Johnson got a four vote sweep. Rondo got voted in, and Troy is a Celtics fan. Troy did not vote Rondo in. Some of these names we can revisit because some of the guys that voted, the old crew, they're not here no more. Jamal Crawford got voted out.
Yeah, I feel like that one's kind of crazy.
That's what I said. We could look back on it. He's only a 3-time Sixth Man of the Year. What else can we give him? He's had 50 30-point games, 5 40-point games, 4 50-point games. And in those 37 wins, 22 losses. Robert Horry got voted out, but three niggas voted him safe.
Who voted that nigga safe?
Shit, I don't even want to say these names.
Look, I was gonna say those names should not be named.
Yeah.
He said those names do not get named.
Casey Jones got voted out, which is crazy. Carmelo Anthony actually is in our Hall of Fame, and he's safe, T3. He is safe. And then this one we did, I don't know why this one's in here. Curry, Mavs game, the post. I don't know why that one did. Chauncey Billups got voted safe, and that's all we did so far. So we didn't get too far into it, but James Harden could definitely be on the list. There's some guys that you guys, I heard that you say you want to revisit. T3 throughout DeMar DeRozan, so that's another name we could definitely look at.
DeMar, I don't like it.
Yeah, that's another name we can look at from the Silent Hall of Fame. He's spitting those names. We didn't get to Sean Kemp yet, but I would think Sean would probably most likely make it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're asking me, I'm a vote yes.
Yeah, and we most likely make it. But like I said, T3, you gotta be around more for the shows, and the other guys in the chat that's watching, be more active in the chat because we want to start doing these legacy talks and have you guys involved with them. That's why we started doing it, because we know T3 and D3 or whatever his name is now. They're mad involved in these conversations. So when you come in, be involved in the conversations. We get the feedback that you guys gives us ideas to what you guys might want in the next episodes coming up. He said there's no difference between DeMar DeRozan and Joe Johnson, just dudes that scored a lot regular season points. I don't know if you can say that about DeMar, because DeMar was an integral part of Toronto, and they were a good team. They just kept running into LeBron James, and you can't take that away from him, T3.
Yeah, I think DeMar. So okay, if we're going to talk about the individual player, Joe Johnson got it by a hair. But if we're going to talk about what they did with their respective teams, then DeMar has it by a hair.
Well, the Hall of Fame is what your career overall and what you do in the NBA. And
yeah, like DeMar had those Raptor teams.
I don't think Joe had as much success as DeMar, especially in Toronto.
Nope.
So that's why I said James Harden. We're going to do him, and I think most likely he will get in. But we'll go through all of the things that we're not going through today in the legacy talk. It was just more about him getting asked out for a trade again and how that affects him. And I do think it does affect him. Does it affect his Hall of Fameness? No. But I think it is going to affect him when people start ranking him. When you start looking at his career and the totality of what he has done for the teams and what he has not done, like for the teams that he has been on, quitting on Brooklyn, quitting on Houston, quitting on the Clippers. Yes, it was.
Yeah, if you because that's like I said, the basketball. That's why the NBA, the Basketball Hall of Fame is so weird. Not say it's weird to me, is that one, Melo, because of what he did with Syracuse, holds a lot of weight. But they don't do the same thing for Jalen Rose and Chris Webber with the Fab Five in Michigan.
Controversy around that. That's why. I think if there wasn't no controversy around it, I think he would get the same. He would get the same. There's a lot of controversy around it, man. The timeout, the getting paid. It's a lot of shit.
Jim Boeheim's career.
Definitely. But yeah, James Harden, he's the spitting image of give me the money and I'll see you when I see you because I'm taking that shit and I'm leaving. He's like a bank robber. He don't stay around for long.
I gotta get the Biggie sound. Give me the loot.
Give me the loot. That's right. Give me the loot. Give me the loot. Because listen, I know we say there's guys that have robbed the NBA, but James Harden is one of them. That nigga has gotten a supermax contract his whole career, nigga. I just want to see. James Harden has earned $400 million in his NBA career, with figures around 411 to 420 million as early as 2026.
And he spent probably about 350 in the strip club.
The highest earning season was 44 mil annually. The current deal was a 2-year, $81.5 million contract. So this nigga got 81 mil, took the 81 mil and was like, shit, I'm going to Cleveland. That's what I'm saying about. That's what I don't like. It's 2 years, right? Now he's doing Mulich what we asked of him. Take the 2-year deal. But even a 2 year is not safe with James. You got to get this nigga a one and done. He won't even finish the 2 year. So he said, nah, I'm out of here.
If the Clippers got a deal where they could have traded him for somebody else, they would have did it. Regardless. So it's like I said,
wasn't looking to trade him. The trade that the Cleveland put together, they said enticed him. Kawhi was not happy with Zubac or him being traded.
I'm pretty sure he wasn't. But at the end of the day, I don't like all this player movement shit in the first place, because at the end of the day, I think we'll talk about this on maybe next Tuesday, or we'll do it on Thursday. We'll see.
But
what?
His fucking first designated rookie extension was 5 years, 78 mil. That's Houston. The next extension, right? That's 2013 to 2017. In 2016, he signed another 4-year extension for $117 million. At this point right here, you got to know, is this 4 years or I'm out? What he do? In 2019, he signs another 4-year contract, $171 million. Another 4-year extension with Houston, knowing he does not want to be here. That's a problem for me.
He renegotiated his contract.
No, that's a problem. Not renegotiated. A maximum veteran extension. 2 veteran extensions.
That's he renegotiated.
Renegotiated my ass. He ain't renegotiated shit. He just was like, give me more money. Look, I did 4 years. We did this. Let me get 4 more. Let me get 4 more. And in 2022, he was gone by that time. He wasn't even in Houston by that time. But 2020, they ain't even got him on the Brooklyn Nets. I don't even see the Brooklyn Nets because he didn't sign no contract. He was still on Houston contract when he was with KD. He was still on Houston's contract. Never had to sign a contract and still left. So that means not only did he not fulfill the obligation of the contract that was given to him by Houston,
technically
Houston
he did.
Traded his ass. No, this nigga traded his ass
it's still
to
the same
another
contract,
team,
right?
and he didn't even finish the fucking contract there. He asked out again.
Is the same
down another lap? Not down, Mel. He's going down another notch.
Is it the same contract?
Same contract, but
then he's hold up.
Three different
teams. He just went in different jerseys.
Contract. He signed a 4-year. Mel, he signed a 4-year, $171 million contract extension and played for 3 teams in that time. 3 teams. How is that not a problem?
Same contract.
How is that not a problem?
All of those teams.
Same contract.
You said what, Moo?
They requested trade that all of those teams.
Every single one of them.
Was it the same contract?
That's even worse if it's the same contract.
If it's the same contract,
79 games for Brooklyn. No, it's the same. It's even worse. It's even
worse. He fulfilled his obligation.
What obligation? To act out before the contract was up?
Did he tear that contract up and sign a new contract?
That's not no. That never said that. Never said that. Your favorite hater. No, the fulfilling your obligation means your 4 years is up and you sign a new contract there or elsewhere.
It's the same
let's not construe. Mel, let's not construe fulfilling your obligation to your contract. Fulfilling your obligation means if it's 5 years, I do the 5 years and I'm done and I go wherever I want. James Harden took a 4-year contract extension from Houston. And you know how like the number lines back in school, they used to like count and you got to draw the lines? That's what he did with the money over the motherfucking Philly because he skipped Brooklyn. He was like, look, trade me. I went to Brooklyn. Hey, guess what? Trade me again.
What?
It's 3 teams in one contract. $171 million. He just passing that shit around from state to state now. You cool with
Was it the same contract?
That makes it worse.
Same contract.
That's makes it worse.
His obligation was to the contract.
No, his obligation is to the team he signed the contract with. That's the point people don't get.
He signed the contract.
James does not get that money, the $171 million, if he does not sign it with Houston. If he just doesn't sign it, plays his contract, leaves Houston, and goes to the next, he makes less money because they have the bird rights or however the fucking shit work. The Houston will be able to pay him the most. So James is like, I know this. I'm not fucking stupid. I'm going to take my Supermax veteran extension, my 71. I'm going to go play hopscotch with the shit. And that's what he did. He hopped his way over to Brooklyn and scotched his way over to fucking Philly.
His obligation was to the contract.
No, his obligation was to the team, nigga. This is one of the worst teammates in NBA history. You can't trust this nigga. You never know when he's going to be there and when he's going to be not.
You can say that about LeBron.
No, you can't. You know when LeBron not going to be there, when his contract up. See, Mel, you see the shit? You got to stop doing it. LeBron, you know he's not going to be there the day after his contract is up.
Why did Kyrie
he might go to the strip club and be gone the next day.
Why did Kyrie want to leave Cleveland?
Kyrie wanted to leave because he got word that Braun was leaving. Braun wasn't going to stick around.
He said he didn't get word that he was leaving. There was uncertainty.
He was on a trade. He was on a trade block.
He wasn't on a trade block until
Braun was trying to get him traded. Braun was trying to get him traded. The rumors was out there. Braun was trying to get him traded. He was looking elsewhere. And Kyrie said, fuck you, I'm out of this motherfucker. I'm getting out of here first.
And also that there was uncertainty on
and guess what
LeBron was going to do.
And that's fine. And guess what? Kyrie didn't fulfill his obligation either.
It wasn't about Kyrie. This is about LeBron.
This conversation is about James.
But you
not that James, the other James.
I know that.
So if we're talking James Harden, the nigga that don't fulfill his obligations,
right?
He signs contracts and runs with them like he's robbing fucking federal banks.
And you said a bad teammate because you don't know if he's going to be there or not.
Right. And you could say, oh, LeBron did it with Kyrie. LeBron has not did it his first stint with Cleveland. They knew his ass was leaving. And when he left, his contract is up.
They found out he was leaving during the decision.
He made the decision. But guess what?
Pat Riley didn't know he was leaving.
Pat Riley didn't know that nigga.
Pat Riley had to fly out to Vegas.
Pat Riley knew he was leaving. He
No,
knew
he
LeBron was
didn't.
done when he took the cookies.
No,
Stop playing.
he did
Stop
not.
playing. When he took the cookies, Pat Riley knew that nigga was done. All right.
That's-
I forget who said it. Haslam said it. Go listen to what Haslam said. Once he took the cookies, LeBron was done. Listen, you could say, right, Mel, I totally get you. You don't know if LeBron's going to leave or not at the end of his contract. Well, guess what? He has the right to do that because he doesn't have a contract with the fucking team. James does. James can't just pick up one Monday morning and be like, it's a beautiful, I want to go over here to LA. He can't do that.
At least James Harden played 82 games.
I don't like the Sun no more.
At least James Harden played 82 games. LeBron was playing
82 games. Nigga don't play no 82 games.
LeBron was playing
55. No 82 games. He ain't played no 82 games. Stop it. He played 82 games once in his career. Once. Just like LeBron James.
He's played 80 or more games more than LeBron.
He's played 80 games twice. Well, 3 times.
LeBron has done that.
No. Well, yeah, he's played 82 in OKC, but he only started 5. So if you want to count that, count that. 3 times. 83 times. One more than LeBron. Okay.
And then the rest of it.
What are we talking about? If this guy, he just does this over. You cannot put that on another superstar. KD didn't even do that. KD finished his obligation with OKC. Could have left. KD was frustrated, right? Well, what he body checked out, mentally checked out, whatever Mel said. He checked out some way, somehow. Checked the fuck out. But guess what KD did? He sat there and fought through that last year with Russell Westbrook, knowing he didn't want to play with him and Andre Robertson no fucking more. Fulfilled his obligation and bounced. That's what an NBA player is supposed to do.
Yeah, but he got traded out of Brooklyn. He got traded out of Phoenix.
He got traded out of Brooklyn 100%. Traded out of Phoenix 100%. Traded out of Brooklyn. I don't hold against him. Team fell apart. James acted out. Kyrie was going through the COVID shit.
You can't make excuses.
I'm not making excuses. Those are facts. Those are facts of what happened. They were looking to trade Kyrie. Kyrie was going through the COVID shit.
James Harden wasn't happy.
Anti-Semitic bullshit. And
James Harden was the only when Kyrie wasn't there and KD was hurt, and James Harden was the only person there.
Asking one simple question: what we doing with Kyrie? Oh, we're gonna try to then get rid of me. I'm not gonna be the only one here. I don't hold that against KD as much as y'all do. I'm sorry.
Then you can't hold it against James Harden.
No, I hold it against James because James didn't have those problems.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
He was the only one there when KD was
here. Fuck out. He played 79
KD
games.
was still hurt.
All of them was hurt. Rotatively, all of them was hurt.
Except James
was hurt too. James was hurt too. Let's not do this. First year in Brooklyn, he played 36 games. That year, he only played 65. There's somewhere he's missing somewhere. And the second year, he played 44. It's only 21 that he played for the Phillies. Some games missing in there. And those games he's missing was for Brooklyn.
Because those are the games that they sat him out, or he wanted to sit out. While they was working up the deals.
What are we talking about before the trade? What are we talking about? Before the trade, James wasn't playing. James was hurt. James got hurt in the playoffs. Came back in game 5, did he not? Or was it not game 5?
In the beginning of that season, when KD and Kyrie was not there, who was the only nigga on the court?
James was there for a little bit of time, and then he went out when KD came back. Then he went out, and Kyrie was there. Then he went out, and James came back, and then he went out again. They all went out. I don't know what we're talking about.
So then, how can you give KD an excuse and not James Harden?
I didn't give KD an excuse. I'm saying KD leaving. I don't hold that against him as much as you guys do because of James already leaving, and then Kyrie on his way out because the way what the Brooklyn Nets was doing to him, he didn't want to stay there by himself, so he told them to trade him. I don't hold that against him.
James Harden was there. James Harden seen all that shit happening too, so he's mad because he left first.
And if James Harden didn't have the history of fucking leaving teams, then yeah, maybe it wouldn't matter that much to me. But he had
all them niggas had the same history.
Okay, after James got out of that bad situation.
They all had the same history.
Okay, so move on from Brooklyn. James gets out of Brooklyn, away from the bad situation. Nobody's fault. What does he do in Philly? Does he stay there and try to win a championship? No, the first second he gets to leave, he gets to leave. Why? Because Daryl Morey lied to him? Oh, now I'm out, and I go get to play with the Clippers. And the first time things get hard with the Clippers, what does James do? So the history before it and the history after the move, after the Brooklyn, still fits along the fucking same lines. It ain't like he did it once.
Then Kevin Durant
KD asked for a trade once, and I'm not even sure if KD asked for a trade off the Suns. I think the Suns just wanted to break it up and didn't want to let go of Booker, so they traded KD. I could be wrong. KD could have asked for a trade. But asking for a trade and getting traded, two different things. Asking for a trade, to me, is quitting on your team. You don't want to be there anymore. You don't want to help the guys win. That's what James is doing. KD wasn't doing that. LeBron wasn't doing that. We can't
KD
put that
did that.
on him.
How do you leave Brooklyn?
KD, because everybody else left.
There were still other players. There were other players there.
So KD went there for the big three. KD went there for the big three of him, Kyrie, and DeAndre Jordan. Brooklyn fucked over DeAndre Jordan, wanted to bring in James Harden, and then James is out. Kyrie's on his way out. He's the only man staying. I'm just supposed to stay here in this fucking debacle. I'm just supposed to stay here in this debacle. So y'all could then say, oh, KD, look, you came to the Nets. You ain't doing shit. Look, your teammates like you.
By your own admission, he's supposed to fill out his obligation.
He should have filled out his obligation 100%. That doesn't mean I don't hold it against him, but I do not hold it.
But you should hold it against him because he didn't hold.
No,
his obligation.
I do, but not to the extent that I hold it to James Harden because he had a reason to leave. What is James Harden reason to leave?
You have no reason to leave.
Yes, he did have a reason to leave. They put a team together for them to win a championship, and then broke the team up and was like, "KD, you're going to stay here," with no fucking option of who they was going to bring over to help him. No fucking option.
To play for?
No option. No option.
Did he go to play for the Brooklyn Nets?
Boogies.
Or did he go to the Brooklyn Nets to play for the fucking Kyrie Irvings and the James Harden?
He went to Brooklyn to play with Kyrie and DeAndre Jordan. That's why he went to Brooklyn. Let's get that straight. He went to Brooklyn to play with his boy Kyrie and to play with DeAndre Jordan. He was hurt. Came back, then you played 35 games.
Then why are you mad that if James Harden left, then why are you mad?
James goes to play with his buddies. And then James is like, 30 games in. Oh, yeah, I don't know if I want to be here. So by the time he gets to 79 games played, I want out. And then Kyrie didn't even fucking want out. Kyrie wanted to stay. But fucking all the shit he went through don't fucking matter. James bailed on these motherfuckers. James bailed on these motherfuckers. Kyrie's going through all this shit. And then KD's supposed to sit here like, yeah, I got to eat this one. I'm just going to sit here and eat this Brooklyn.
Yeah.
No, I would ask the fuck out too. Yeah. Fuck Brooklyn. They fucked that shit up. In some cases, yes, it's right. And in other cases, no, James Harden is not right. Fuck that.
Sounds like a double standard to me. That's what I hear. I hear double standard.
You could say it's a double standard all you want. I didn't say I don't blame KD. Never said I don't blame him. Should KD have Mulich, you have heard me say this. Should KD have filled his obligation? Yes, but so should have James Harden and Kyrie. So if we're gonna hold somebody to a standard, hold all three of them to the same fucking standard. You just said you don't hold Kevin Durant. I said that's not what I said. I said I don't hold it that much against KD like you guys do because everybody left and the team fell apart. That's what I said. That does not mean I exalt blame from KD. I did not say that. I did not say I exalt KD blame. Did not say that. KD still gets blamed for Brooklyn. Just not the way you guys blame him because he was the last domino standing. He didn't fucking just be like, all right, yeah, I'm done with this shit. He tried to stay. Even tried to talk Brooklyn into keeping Kyrie. Even tried to talk them into keeping Kyrie. They wouldn't. So he was like, all right, if you're going to leave me here by myself, I want out. To me, nothing wrong with that, bro. He did it. He exhausted all his options to try to make it work. The team did not want it to work. Get me the fuck out of here, bro. James has never come across a situation like that.
You're faulting James Harden for reading the tea leaves and seeing the bullshit before the bullshit happened.
Bullshit. What tea leaves?
Didn't James Harden ask for a trade out of Brooklyn first?
100%.
If they're all in the organization and they see the bullshit happening and I see it and I leave first,
after James asked out, KD was still trying to get Brooklyn to keep fucking Kyrie there. I'm not telling you what his motives was.
I'm not
KD's
talking
motives
about
was staying in Brooklyn.
I'm not
when
talking
Brooklyn
about
said no,
Kyrie,
we're not keeping
right.
Kyrie.
I'm not
staying.
I'm not talking about KD right now. I'm talking about James Harden. If James Harden is seeing that this shit going on with Kyrie is not going to work out, this shit with Kevin Durant is not going to work out because he sees what the front office is trying to do, and he makes a decision. I'm getting the fuck up out of the dog.
Who's to say Brooklyn doesn't just trade Kyrie, keep James and KD there? KD doesn't leave if James is still there. KD's only leaving because James left, and now Brooklyn wants to get rid of Kyrie. It's all tied together. It's all tied together. You cannot separate it. You can say James seen the writing on the wall, but how could you say James seen the writing on the wall when he wasn't there just as much as they wasn't? They played 80 fucking games together. 80. James has played 79 games for Brooklyn. 79. So let's stop acting like he played 200 or 300 games for these niggas. He didn't. 79 games.
I think KD's time in Brooklyn was more tied to Kyrie than James Harden, though.
100%, but James helps it push it along because he's not.
That's
if
true.
James is still there, KD doesn't leave. Because James is gone and Kyrie's on his way out, he has no option but to leave because now they're going through a rebuild and you're asking me to come here, win you a championship. Don't give me the fucking opportunity to do it, but then tell me to go through a rebuild by my fucking self.
Well, we got to remember, though. We do have to remember, though, that during this whole fiasco with Brooklyn, that it was Kyrie and James Harden that did start a little feud because Kyrie called James Harden washed and kicked his ass on the court. And that then made James Harden start to feel some type of way, which then he requested for a trade. And then the whole COVID thing happened with Kyrie. And we know how close Kyrie and KD were at the time, and they're still really, really close right now. So KD was literally asked, like, okay, well, we know where James's head is at because he hasn't really been here from the jump regardless, right? But what are y'all doing with Kyrie? Because that's my boy. So if y'all are really just gonna let go of my boy over this shot bullshit, then I'm gonna leave, bro. Like nothing's gonna keep me here.
If James was still there, he stays and tries to make it work.
Well, I think maybe
that can help Kyrie too if James doesn't leave. Maybe they can really talk the organization if James and KD is working together into them keeping Kyrie. But no, James bounced, which makes the crack open wide, and it's like, all right, well, we're done with this nigga. And KD's like, all right, well, I'm done with y'all. That's not an excuse. KD should have still fulfilled his obligation 100%. I'm not taking that away from him. That still counts towards his legacy. But I'm going to also look at that the guys that were supposed to be there winning with him dipped on him first. It wasn't like KD was like, I'm out, peace. Y'all figure it the fuck out. Then I'll be with you, man. Nah, KD not exempt from shit. This nigga told him he wanted the team, got the team, and then bounced on the team. K didn't do that. James bounced, and then the Brooklyn fucked up everything with Kyrie and fucked their own team up. Look at Brooklyn now. Look at them now. They're putting this right on the spoon. Tell them to eat it. Look at them now. Look what they did. What did they do? They bring in Steve Nash, who can't fucking coach, allow the players to run it.
And I'm saying, what if James Harden saw all of this and was like, this is a shit show.
Bullshit.
I'm out.
I can't take that because James has done it after that and before that. What was the shit show with Philly?
Well, the reports literally came out and said that
he told you. He said
Kyrie were talking at the time.
Him and Kyrie weren't talking at the time. But
yeah, no,
does that mean you're
confliction.
abandoning KD and the rest of the team because you and your teammate ain't talking? How many teammates in the 90s?
And I think that's what turned KD off right there. I think that's what turned KD off right there was that just not being able to come to an agreement with somebody else who they teamed up with. And at that point in time, because we all know, like just how we've been talking about James Harden legacy, James Harden, how he's a 2-year guy, how if things gets hard, he's going to request out for a trade. I think that is the part that turned KD off. And then you pair that with what the whole Kyrie situation, I think that's what turned him off from the team. But I do think that if James Harden does end up leaving because Kim and Kyrie can't reconcile their differences, I do think that if they can keep away or they can find a way to keep Kyrie on the team, I think KD stays. But I do think that without James Harden, I do think that team is still going to be successful because, like I said, I think KD was turned off by the whole James Harden idea regardless after him and Kyrie started that feud.
Exactly, and I would agree with that.
Right, and my thing is, why are you if James Harden, let's say he feels all of this and it was like, you know what, he not fucking with me. Why do I need to be here?
What do you mean? Why do I need to be here, nigga? You asked to come here to win a championship. At least fulfill the obligation.
You can't. If I'm you're not telling running, me
just because I'm not getting along with a teammate, how many teammates don't? So what you're saying, Mel, is every time I don't give a fucking along with my teammate, or me and him not fucking the guy, I just ask for a trade and get out of here.
Main niggas though, it's not.
It doesn't matter. Main niggas fight all the time on teams that went on and won championships.
So then why Kevin Durant leave? So why Kevin Durant leave?
What are you talking about? I just sat here and explained for you for 10 minutes why KD left. I'm not explaining it again.
So then what the fuck is the difference if James Harden don't get along with Kyrie and he don't get along with
KD only left because they wouldn't keep Kyrie. James left regardless.
Why would I stay in a bad situation?
It's not a bad situation. The situation was all three of them wasn't healthy and couldn't stay on the floor together. Mulich just said that Kyrie and Harden had beef. And KD
has beef with Harden because of his relationship
he said it
with
turned him off.
Kyrie. So
He
those two
turned him
niggas,
off.
if those two niggas got a problem with me,
when a nigga come
I
over
will
here,
remove myself from the situation.
When a nigga come over here, I'm not exempting James from that. When the nigga come over here and he's supposed to be part of the game and he ain't acting like part of the game, and now the game got a problem with the motherfucker, it's okay for the motherfucker to act innocent and run? No. James was a part of the problem. It wasn't like the other two niggas was the problem. James was a part of the problem. So I got a problem with you because I'm part of the fucking problem.
Kyrie and KD had nothing to do with it.
I didn't say that. I said he was a part of the problem. That would mean there's more people that's a part of the problem, man.
So then if he decided to excuse himself from being the problem, how is he wrong?
So he's excusing himself from being a problem, leaving his teammates assed out, but he's not wrong.
If he's
abandoning the team to go play with Joel Embiid,
and he's excusing himself, how is he
justifying him leaving the Nets? If the nigga went and went to Philly and stayed in Philly and tried to compete for a championship, maybe I wouldn't feel this fucking way. But he bounced on Philly.
He's part of the problem.
He is.
And
All
he
three of them
removes himself.
I said this in the beginning. So James is a part of the problem. He removed himself. Kyrie was a part of the problem. Kyrie was actually trying to stay. So was KD trying to get him to stay. What's the fucking difference there?
We're talking about James Harden. If the problem left?
Why would I be upset with the problem fucking coming in and doing what he did and then bouncing on us?
That's why I'm upset. Problem in.
Yes, the Nets. That's on them. I'm not exempting them from bringing the problem in. But James came there to do a job. Did he do that job?
If you're saying he's part of the problem, and he removes himself, now the problem is
that's
gone.
Not fixing the problem. That destroyed the team.
The problem started with them debating on who was going to play point guard and who was going to play shooting guard. And Kyrie literally said verbatim, play for it, because I think you're washed.
Then, like I said, if he's the problem and he removed himself,
how is it his attitude because somebody called him wash and now he's like, you're out of here.
Well, I mean, that's what happened according to the reports at the time, right? They were debating on who was going to play point guard and shooting guard. Kyrie felt like James Harden should play shooting guard.
You want to be the point guard. Let me just get out your way. But I asked to come here to play with you two motherfuckers. But now let me just get out your way. Excuse me. Because I'm going to excuse myself from the equation. Now you got to add 2 plus nothing. And now y'all figure it the fuck out. And that's okay because I separated myself from the equation. So what's wrong from LeBron finishing his contract and then separating himself from the equation?
I just felt like you shouldn't have ran from, if you felt like there was a problem, you shouldn't have ran from the issue, because that's literally what the problem was. Like, the problem was, for at least according to reports, Kyrie felt like James Harden wasn't good enough to play to play point guard, and felt like he should have played shooting guard and said play for it, and he lost, and James Harden couldn't take that.
And that's enough to tear the team apart when they could have won championships. But hey, James Harden had a reason to leave.
If you remember, everything was cool while Kyrie wasn't playing, and he was, going through all the stuff like James Harden wasn't.
Yes,
right?
T3. They didn't last long because Brooklyn didn't want to keep Kyrie. They wanted to trade him. That's why they didn't last long. KD, if you go back to the offseason, go read the reports. KD was actually talking to Brooklyn, trying to get them to work a deal out with Kyrie so Kyrie could stay and he could stay. Once they found out that Kyrie, damn man, I forgot today, Tuesday.
I stayed as long as I could.
Yeah, go do your thing. You got to get to work. Once KD figured out that the Nets weren't going to bring Irving back, that's when KD was like, all right, I got to get out of here, because why am I going to sit on a team that you brought me here to win championship, then you broke this shit up before we could do anything? That's on the Nets. I'm putting that on the Nets. That is on the Nets. They didn't do what they needed to do to secure their stars. 100%. Not putting that on KD. I'm not putting it on Kyrie. I'm not putting it on James Harden. That's on the Nets. They did not do what they needed to do to secure their stars. But it does not exempt James Harden from quitting on them because he didn't like something that Kyrie said to him, or he didn't like how the team was playing. Figure it the fuck out. When he went to Philly, he had to figure it the fuck out. When he went to the Clippers, he had to figure it the fuck out.
Well, I mean,
figure it the fuck out as a star.
Just get better, right? Like, just get better. When have as competitors, as athletes, have we ever ran from competition?
Never.
You got beat, and that's fine, right? But adding more stuff to it and making a bigger situation out of nothing is where the problem truly lies, right? Because it was started off as just a basketball thing and then it escalated to a whole lot more after that, right? So if it was just a basketball problem, if it was just a lineup thing, right? And we understand how y'all came out and said, oh, well, we don't need a coach. And we, just like Troy said, Steve Nash doesn't really know what he's doing right now. So, like, if y'all felt like y'all don't need a coach and y'all felt like y'all can coach the team and y'all could have worked everything out, then y'all should have been able to work it out as teammates and as grown men and as players and as peers, right? But obviously that wasn't the case because James Harden felt like he couldn't work it out.
No, James Harden just used to running, and we want to give him excuses. And I know you set up here, T3. KD bounced the Nets, Suns to the Rockets. Is that so? KD bounced on a team that broke up the team on the Nets, right? Bounced on them. Went to the Suns. Suns wasn't working out, and I think it was mutual. But you could say KD bounced on him, right? You can say that. Is that the same, T3? My last question, and I got to get out of it because I got to go with my girl.
I don't think that's necessarily fair, though, bro.
It's not. It's not, Mulich. It's not.
It's not.
Because I don't know. I don't even know if KD axed out of the Suns. I think they just wanted to move on from him.
Well, there was a legit time to where he did, but at the same time, it wasn't because of turmoil and it wasn't because of him not liking the team or whatever the case may be, right? And we have to understand that KD's never signed a contract over 2 years. He's never signed a contract over 2 years.
All right, so you know where I was going, right? You know where I was going, T3.
Yeah.
To the nigga that jump shit with Houston, jump shit with with the Nets, jump shit with Philly, jump ship to the Clippers, jump ship to. That's not the same.
It's not
the KD first ever contract. He finished that shit. He could have jumped ship when things was going awry with OKC. He could have left Westbrook even flatter out than what the fuck he left him. He did not do that. Mel like to bring up LeBron. LeBron did not leave Cleveland assed out in the sense of, I'm going to take this contract you gave me and go elsewhere with it. He fulfilled his obligation, meaning he fulfilled his contract, he fulfilled it, and then he bounced. James Harden has never once finished a contract signed with the team he signed it for. You cannot say that for LeBron. You cannot say that for James. You can't even say that for 99.99% of the league.
Yeah, honestly, I think he's one of the only ones who has done that. You can't name me another
superstar that has jumped ship 5 times, 3 times on one contract.
Literally, I think he might be the only one in NBA history to actually do that at the rate that he's done it.
And with Houston, like I said earlier, Houston they fulfilled their end of the bargain. They gave him pieces to win with. They gave him Dwight Howard when the Jeremy Lin experiment didn't work, right? Gave him Dwight. That didn't work with Dwight coming coming out of LA. Then they went and got CP3, which fucking exploded the team. Now they fighting with the Warriors for the West. Like I give James his credit, but you got to give Houston his credit too. They gave him the pieces to win. He just didn't win. Not all his fault, but he just did not win. Then he goes to Brooklyn. Things get bad, as Mel say, and now he has to quit on Brooklyn and bounce when he wanted to go there and play with those guys. He asked to go there and play with them. Now it's too hard. I got to get the fuck out of it. Now I go to Philly. Now you looking like, oh shit, James and Joel, this might be some. The nigga lose what in the first round? They come back the next year. James is gone. He's on the Clippers now.
It's on the Clippers.
And what did they do? Lose in the second round?
Yep.
And now he gone?
Again.
On the Cavs now? You name me another player who's done that. Name me another player who's done that under contract. And don't give me a role player. Give me a superstar to a star.
But you can't even name a role player who's done that. Nobody can name even a 6 man of the year type, right? Or like a true rotational player to where they're integral to the lineup that has actually done that, right? Like we've never seen this to this precedent. So when we have basketball conversations, people can't act like this isn't going to hurt his legacy, because it is.
It definitely hurts his legacy. Jumping ship hurts his legacy Just like if you want to say KD jump ship, if you want that to hurt, it's like, I'm not going to give it to you. That's what I meant. What I said to Mel. And Mel wants to act like, I'm giving it half and not giving. No, they all get the same, but circumstances matter. You can't tell me a circumstance besides Brooklyn that James was in that he needed to axe out. He needed to get out of. Let's not forget about Westbrook in Houston either.
Yep.
After the CP3, or was that before? No, it was after.
I don't think that was after.
It was after.
Yeah.
You go and you get Westbrook now. You can't even make that fucking work. If I'm not mistaken, you got Carmelo out there. That didn't last long. Daryl Morey, whatever. Like I said, part of organization. You got to give fault to the organization too. But Houston did their job getting him pieces to try to win championships. James just didn't do it. Then he was like, all right, you ain't going to give me the money? That's what he's mad about Daryl Morey at in 2 occasions.
Yep.
That's
why he called Daryl Morey a liar.
2 different teams.
Yep.
He's mad because Daryl didn't want to give him the money with the Houston, and he's mad that he didn't want to give him money with Philly.
This is true.
He had a bunch of fucking people to play with. He could have finished his career in Houston, probably still competed for some championships, especially now with, look at Houston. KD probably don't be there. Let's say James has this young team. The Warriors ain't the same no more. Now what you battling, the Timberwolves and the Nuggets? He could probably slip through there somewhere and go to a finals. Nigga has never been to a finals.
Outside of being the 6th man on the team.
As the man, he's never been to the finals.
Yep. As the number
we
one
can say the same about Carmelo. We knock Carmelo for it. Why can't I knock James for it? Because he got an MVP. I don't want to hear that shit. His MVP don't mean that much to me when a nigga just plays for 7 different teams for no fucking reason. You're a superstar in the league, nigga. You're supposed to be biting down to win championships. You have made $400 million in the league. How much more do you need? When are you going to start winning? Now you go to Cleveland and you think that's the spot you're going to win a championship in? With the Knicks? With the Knicks out there playing the way they're playing? How good the pace is going to be when Tyler comes back? Boston? Pistons? The Magic, if they can stay healthy? You think you're going to go out there and win a championship with Donovan Mitchell? Okay, we'll see. But maybe Mel right. Maybe LeBron going back next year. I don't know.
If that happens, that team gets significantly worse. I'm telling everybody right
now. Close this out, Moo. I gotta go get my bill.
Hey man, another great show. Make sure y'all tune in to Gentlemen's Talk tomorrow, Off the Glass on Thursday, and Inside the Huddle. We know football season is over, but that doesn't mean we stop talking football. So make sure y'all come back because we're not stop until we get that plaque in the back. We appreciate everybody for tuning in, all of our guests, all of our comments, and if you're listening on Hot Knee Radio, we appreciate you for tuning in. We can catch y'all on Wednesday, Thursday, and on Friday. Peace.
If it's hoops, we map it. No story, we're lacking. Every week, bring the heat like a fast break happening. So lace up, tune in, let the energy rise. Where the game meets the mic.